about now. Funk Soul Brother. Let's go. Welcome, guys, to game number 4 between BacT and TaToH. And this one is, again, shaping up to be an exciting game. I certainly hope. As we have BacT in the red once again to the south of the map, playing as the Incas. And up to the north in the blue, we have TaToH playing as the Incas as well. Just so you know, guys, I'm no longer really reading the chat. So if you did send me a question or something, I'll answer it after this game. But please do remember to send it again because my chat history won't be there and I'll probably miss your message. So anything that I don't reply to now, save it until after this one, and I'll take the time to answer it after this game. So yeah, Inca War, Atacama Desert. We are in Chile, and quite fitting place for the Incas to be, really, isn't it? I was actually reading about the Incas earlier. I apparently offended some people when I said they were Mesoamerican, because I'm a big noob, and I just kind of lumped all of the Incas, the Mayans, and the Aztecs together, and I was wrong to do that. But yeah, it's, obviously kind of different geographical locations of the civilizations. But Atacama, what's it all about? Well, it's a very difficult map for 2 reasons. One, it's very hard to wall because of these tiny trees. There's like little clumps of 5 trees just spread all around the map. All around. It makes it very difficult to really secure an area of the map properly. And secondly, in the center of the map, this is where, you know, the majority of the wood is. And that means that this is quite hotly contested. And so even though it's fairly open at your base, obviously this is a little different because we're playing Regicide, so the castle will protect some things. In this case, the gold is quite safe from BacT here due to the castle, but if this wasn't Regicide, even though your base is quite exposed, players often fight for control of the wood in the center, so in a sense, their base ends up being a little more protected by that. We also have the really funky king. Like, look at him. He's got one leg longer than the other on his pants there. He's got a swaggy headdress. He's got a sick cape. He's got a staff. And he is an absolute badass running through the desert, bringing back information of where the gold is. What a cool king. Probably my favorite king out of all of the kings which they added with the expansions in Age of Empires 2 HD. Just look at him go. Just glorious. Where's TaToH's king right now? He's probably scouting as well. There you go. Another one up here. Obviously, it is Regicide, so kill the king and you win the game. And we know how that can go with BacT. BacT, obviously, with his infamous 8 minutes and 14 seconds, was it, game on Return of the Kings. I think it was Regicide Fortress. He lost his king at 8 minutes in and obviously lost the game. We'll keep a close eye on this guy because he could be in a little bit of trouble if BacT is not careful. Got to be very, very cautious of where that king's at. The Eagle Scout of TaToH already sniffing around a little bit. But that king, he can run fast. He can outrun an Eagle Scout any day. So who's doing the scouting now? Anyway, we hear a barracks coming up already for BacT. It's already 5 minutes and 30 seconds of game time, but they're already up to the feudal age. And I thought, hold on a minute, I've not been talking crap for 6.5 minutes already, surely, because that's the very earliest time you would normally expect a barracks. In actual fact, since we're playing Regicide, obviously players do start with a lot more villagers. It kind of sets them off to a very quick start here. And as a result, both players are already up to the feudal age, with BacT throwing down the blacksmith in the center of the map. And so far, watching the barracks, not really doing anything else. But hold on a second. Oh, that villager there, incredibly close to death, as TaToH does not have loom. And we've seen how many times loom has been the downfall of many a great player. TaToH still not getting a loom right here, as he instead builds more villagers, thinking that I'm safe underneath the protection of my castle. And he'd probably be right, as BacT here, with 2 HP on his Eagle Scout, getting pushed away, is not going to be able to do much at all. Now, big difference here between the 2 players so far. You might notice it. Spot the difference. Let's play. TaToH building his lumber camps back at home, whereas BacT going straight towards the center. In part, I think this is because BacT is a little closer. It's just one screen away. Whereas TaToH has got a little further to travel to actually get to the oasis in the center of the map here. So TaToH opting instead to go for the woods at home. He's also adding in 2 ranges, whereas BacT seems to be going for a fast castle. Yep, there you go. He's already up. Very fast castle from BacT here. 7 minutes and 40 seconds. That is super fast. 22 population. He is really cutting it very fine, to say the least. But blacksmith and market for him compared to double archery range for the Tat. TaToH making some archers straight away, but he will also go up to the castle age himself, a little bit slower than BacT, but certainly still going to be a fast castle from him. I mean, 8 minutes and 20 seconds, you're not going to be sniffing at that time in a normal game, so this is still incredibly fast anyway. But once again, TaToH with the defensive tower coming up on his gold. And obviously BacT doesn't need to do that, because castle, right there. The castle from TaToH certainly doesn't... That's what I'm looking for. It doesn't really like protect that much, I guess. A couple of tree lines, nothing major, but I guess it does protect some farmland around his TC. But again, same can be said for BacT's castle over here. So I like BacT's castle a little bit more. But yeah, 25 pop for TaToH right now, 22 for BacT. BacT still scouting with his king. God, the gonads on this guy. His king is still out, and they're about to hit the castle age. Is that really a wise idea, BacT? Is that really a good idea? Get your king back to your base and put him where he belongs. In the castle, of course. Where else would a king belong? Yeah, I mean, he's dicing a little bit here, isn't he? He's dicing with death. These archers pop out. 6 archers. Boom, your king's dead. There they are. Oh, God. He's in striking distance. What are you doing? BacT, please. Maybe he's just showing off now. Maybe he's taunting TaToH a little bit. You know, he's peacocking. That's what they call it, isn't it? Showing off with his big fancy feathers. Trying to intimidate his opponent. Or seduce him. I'm not sure which. You decide. But, yeah, I'm not sure about BacT with his king play here. But either way, it's not really the main focus of the game right now. The main focus is the fact that BacT has added in a second barracks and he is making Eagle Scouts. Oh, yeah. 2 at a time, Eagle Scouts. Kind of expensive to do this. A little bit more expensive, of course, than making archers. But I like the idea. The Eagle Scout could go in and raid. It gets 4+3 attack in the castle age as well. He's got the +1 defense. So, oh, man. You guys. But yeah, so sorry, distracted here. Villager down. First casualty of the game. First casualty of the game. Got to mark it with a little gravestone. Rip wrecked. As TaToH here loses nearly a second villager, but the tower on his gold is going to keep these guys safe for now. Apart from maybe this guy, who's actually going to end up walling himself in. Quite nicely done there by TaToH. The king! Oh my God, BacT, please! You're giving me a nervous disposition over here. This king is just not in a safe space at the moment. I'm very, very worried, very concerned. But yes, the Eagle Scouts continuing to come in and raid a little bit more. BacT at the blacksmith. It doesn't seem to be doing any more techs right now. But third casualty of the game. TaToH getting 2 here on the berries. And BacT right now has just 5 farmers. 5 farmers. That is not enough farmers to keep villager production going. For those of you who don't know, you need 6 villagers on farms to keep your farm. Let me try that again. You need 6 villagers on farms to keep your TC producing villagers at all times without any breaks. Now, throw into the mix 2 barracks and Eagle Warrior production, and yeah, you've not got enough food income here. This is a problem. He's been pushed off the berries. He wants to seed more farms. He should seed more farms. He's got the wood for it. But yeah, he's trying to raid with the Eagle Scouts right now. Where's the king, though? I still don't see the king. Where is he? Oh, he's here now. He's still running around. Oh, he just doesn't come home, man. Another village down for BacT here. This is looking scary. TaToH as well. Crossbows without +2. But still, these Eagle Scouts do die pretty quick to the crossbows. And oh my goodness me. I can see, like, 10 crossbows on the same screen as BacT's king. This scares me, man. But BacT is really massing up quite a lot of these eagles now, throwing down a siege workshop as well. But let's have a look at the micro here from TaToH. And these eagles are going down pretty quick. In fact, he's just able to walk away. And BacT is running out of there because he's a little scared of these crossbows because they're hitting hard. And he can't quite get the numbers because it's really hard to mass eagles when you don't even have enough food coming in to keep your villagers coming out. So BacT instead going for the mangonel because he had quite a surplus of wood. So he went for the mangonel instead. And that's a fair play. I mean, that's gonna be okay, but still could easily get out microed here. One mangonel is not going to be all that strong. Now, BacT didn't go for the Eagle Warrior upgrade. Now, obviously in the expansions, the Eagle Warrior upgrades actually got quite a lot of these guys, by the way. He's got 10 Eagle Warriors. Eagle Scouts, sorry. The Eagle Warrior upgrade, it costs 200 food and 200 gold. I think part of the problem for BacT is that he has spent 200 food basically on this army. Thereabouts, I think. And he's not got the surplus of food or the food income to actually do the Eagle Warrior upgrade. But the Eagle Warrior upgrade is really important because it does two things. Makes you a little bit more beefy, but it makes you a bit faster as well. By doing the Eagle Warrior upgrade, your movement speed increases by 0.1. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but in Age of Empires terms, that's actually a decent amount. 0.1 tiles per second, that value is. That's the Eagle Warrior upgrade. That's actually more effective than Squires at this stage of the game, just to put it into perspective. And, BacT here, gonna lose some vills once again to the crossbows of TaToH. This is kind of reminding me a little bit of last game, where TaToH was continually just raiding, and I guess BacT was doing the same, but yeah, it's kind of similar. It's just super open, really hard to deal with, and whoa, TaToH coming in with the Eagle Scouts there, taking down the mangonel. Good trade for him, good value for him there. Now with all this desert here, it just makes me want to build Petra or something and just turn it into some value. But right now, there's not really a lot going on out here other than death for these villagers. But at the moment, yeah, raiding happening all over the place. BacT still unable to really utilize these Eagle Scouts against the crossbows. What he's maybe hoping is that he could get a small number of crossbows like this, which are kind of pinned into the corner, and send the Eagle Scouts in to do the damage. But look at them. They're crumbling away. The Eagle Scout's still dying here. I think he will clean up the crossbows, though. And I guess he actually did get some value out of that. So that was a good fight to take. But if TaToH's paying attention, he's not going to let his army split like that too much. And he'll just keep them together. But yeah, right here, the mangonel caught out on its own. Repairers coming over. TaToH's saying no to that. And notice TaToH doesn't even have bodkin arrow here either. And yeah, as the repairers come in, and the mangonel gets a little close to the TC, TaToH's going to back away. BacT here, trying to chase him down, but these guys are just too slow. The crossbows can outrun the eagles, it seems. Yeah, at the moment then, TaToH looks like he's farming a little more heavily. We've got BacT on 4 farms, which is still just so low. And then you've got TaToH on 6 farms, which is still low. Oh, TaToH idling his army just for a fraction of a second. The mangonel catches up and catches him off guard there. A bunch more crossbows going down. And okay, he's going to do what he can, but with 2 crossbows left, expect the Eagle Scouts to come in and clean this up. In fact, why are they not coming in to clean this up? I think it's because they're trying to protect the villagers building the TC out here, which is also a fair play. But yeah, I feel like crossbows are a superior choice on this map anyway, just because they can raid from a bigger distance. You can see how TaToH down here is actually able to deny the main goal of BacT, even though the castle is right there. Eagle Scout coming in, going to take down the mangonel, and I think BacT got reasonable value out of the mangonel, killing the crossbows, but now no real defense for this TC, because these Eagle Scouts, as we've seen already, they just aren't really cutting it. 2 villagers going down, but the TC will go up as TaToH does decide to back away, but still more little picks here and there. really helping TaToH to pull ahead in the score and probably pull ahead in population. 52 versus 35. Oh, back to Reno. Losing a lot of villagers. And, you know, he's up to 3 TCs now. TaToH only on the 1 still. Yet I can bet any money that TaToH is ahead in vills at this stage of the game. I've not seen any counter raiding from BacT yet. I've not seen, for the last 10 minutes of game time, any opportunities for BacT to go and kill TaToH's villagers. So, yeah, his TC idling here with 8 villagers inside of it. And TaToH just able to deny so much with these crossbows. BacT 0 food. And he's making another mangonel. So, he is up to 3 TCs. This is going to provide him with more protection. It's also going to allow him to, I guess, start building up a little more, but he's still not farming. At the moment, with only 4 farms, well, you can't even call it 4 farms, really. It's more like 4 farms part-time. And, you know, it's really not looking good for BacT at the moment. 3 TCs, sure, but no production of villagers is a problem. Suiciding his own eagle there with his mangonel. And now he's turned to scorpions. Mangonels, the gateway drug to the scorpions here, it seems. Because scorpions, I mean, they're really not all that. They're a little bit cheaper. But they are probably not going to fare too well this game, I feel. TaToH's Eagle Scouts coming in once again, and no doubt he'll be looking to kill the mangonel. I feel like the mangonels are much more effective, and BacT, instead of just making scorps here, why not add an archery range and start making some crossbows of his own, you know? Like, a bit of siege supported by crossbows, probably going to be a bit more effective. As I insult the scorpion, it gets like a monster kill on this left-hand side. Typical. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like scorpions still maybe not the best choice, but that actually wasn't too bad, to be honest. Did kill a few units, but it doesn't change the fact that TaToH is still all over the place and still raiding away. And even with the 3 TCs, sorry, BacT still unable to keep himself safe. TaToH, notice, still only on the 1 town center. And I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like TaToH's managed to mass that much army either. I mean, BacT kind of just keeps dealing with it as it comes. Yet BacT is playing very reactively this game. He's the one in the defensive position. He's the one trying to, to cancel out or to deal with all of these various small armies which are split up. And this is a good thing for TaToH to do in this position. If your opponent is making expensive, high-value units, like scorpions and mangonels, split your army into just 4 crossbows, packs of 4, and slow-moving siege has to run all the way across the map. And by the time it gets there, you just move your units away, and it's no problem. TaToH is basically baiting BacT here all around the map. Like over here, he can deny wood collection, he can deny farming. And by the time BacT sends anything over there, he's gone, he's somewhere else. So this kind of play from BacT, I don't think it's very effective at all. Look at this again down here, denying the stone, 1 crossbowman. And he just needs some more, like, actual faster-moving military units, which in this game is either going to be crossbows or eagle warriors. But BacT still doesn't have that eagle warrior tech, and he still hasn't built an archery range. I feel like he's stubbornly trying to split these scorpions. Or again, look, 2 crossbows, just 2 crossbows, denying 3 or 4 farms. And then BacT has to send his scorpion over. Oh, look, TaToH's gone. It's just the same every time. So, yeah, I mean, BacT is trying to play chase, but TaToH is just one step ahead the whole time. I feel like TaToH is playing a game of 4D chess at the moment. Although he's not really doing anything all that special. It just looks very good because BacT isn't able to really close down the gap or the distance to him. Second TC coming up for TaToH. Third is coming up as well. So TaToH here starting to turn his focus a little bit more towards his economy. He has done good damage to his enemy, so get the economy going now as well. BacT started to build his eco a little more, but still, as I say, part-time farmers, because half the time they are in the TC doing nothing. But yeah, I mean, another thing for BacT here as well. I mean, this is the problem with the map for him. He can't wall. If he only had to focus on one area, one direction where his opponent could come from, it would be a lot easier to utilize this siege effectively. But since he has to constantly chase them and they're constantly coming from different directions, yeah, it's a little bit tougher. Yeah, nice micro from TaToH as well this game. Still, I mean, you can see when the Scorpions do actually catch the units, they do a decent job. 6 crossbows down for the cost of 1 Scorpion. That's not too bad at all. But at this stage, BacT is at 44 population and TaToH is at 73. He's nearly got double the population right now. And his economy is going to be so much further ahead at this stage of the game. So BacT, not looking too strong, not looking too good. As he is now falling back towards his TC here. Will he keep his mangonel alive? No, it goes down. It's so costly. One mangonel down for the price of an Eagle Scout. Man, that's gotta hurt. And BacT here, gonna find a couple of crossbows here or there. But like I said, I mean, it doesn't really matter if TaToH loses 1 or 2 crossbow here or there. This is the plan. He wants to just split him up and divide and conquer, as they say. It's not really dividing and conquering, but still, TaToH is conquering this game at the moment, slowly but surely. It's just amazing to me how slow the pace of this game feels. It's really weird. Like, I think it's mostly because they hit the castle age really early, and then they've got no economy to really support the castle age, like upgrades and the castle age aggression that you'd expect from a normal game. So it kind of gives the impression of it being really slow. But in actual fact, the Castle Age and the Feudal Age is kind of all rolled into one. In Regicide, that is. Anyway, good number of crossbows coming in here. BacT doing work once again with the Scorpions. But TaToH just splitting up his units here. Come on, kill the villager, TaToH. That's what... that villager? There you go. Then he can kill the Scorp. And I think he's probably going to end up cleaning this up. Once again. So bringing in the villager again with the repairs. Usually you got to kill the villager, but I think you just brute force this. There you go. You lost another one. I can't believe BacT is making so many Scorpions this game. It's ridiculous. It's so rare that you see Scorpions. It's like even rarer that you see them being used very effectively. And in this game, he's done an okay job, actually. I'd be interested to see the KD at the end. But BacT at 57 pop. TaToH at 88. We've got a Siege Workshop, another Siege Workshop coming up for TaToH now. And with a much larger economy, he will be able to afford a lot more siege as well. Once again, BacT with his TC idle over here. 11 idle villagers. And this is where, you know, I wish we had the spec dashboard, as always. When do I ever not wish for that? As we'd be able to actually see the idle time of the players as well. But yeah, as the chat is saying, TaToH needs a forward university. Educate BacT about his position in this game. Lay down the law. And, yeah. That would probably put the icing on the cake. The nail in the coffin. The cherry on top. For BacT this game. So, yeah. Even bringing his villager in to kill the mangonel. It's not going to happen. BacT is kind of getting overwhelmed now. As we've got crossbows coming down 2 at a time. And TaToH's reached the point where his economy can sustain continued production. And oh my god, BacT! He's done the Eagle Warrior upgrade. So as you can see, 5 extra HP. Same attack without any upgrades. But an extra pierce armor as well. Plus the movement speed increase. Now if BacT actually had Eagle Warriors early, it probably would have killed a lot of crossbows, to be honest. But he did not. Now he has got a couple. It may be a little too late because the rate of production of TaToH is much higher than BacT at the moment. I know I've been spending so long looking at BacT's base, but it's not really been a lot to look at on the other side of the map. TaToH taking a lot of stone. I'm guessing this is to build a castle. Oh yeah, there it is. Castle coming in on the gold. Right there. And not that BacT is really taking the gold, but this castle is going to be... it's like the effect of the forward university. Asserting your dominance on the area and let your opponent know what's up. But yeah, TaToH here going to town on the TC now, or about to go to town on the TC. BacT has a defensive mangonel. He might be able to do something with that. Closing in. TaToH taking a little bit of damage. BacT's going to take a little bit as well. Who's going to get this? Anyone going to get this? BacT making a shot. Takes it down to 20 health, but TaToH nails it. And so BacT here going to be feeling very out of his depth at this stage of the game. He still has no farmers. Okay, he has 10 apparently. How does he have 10 farmers? They're all standing around idling. There's like a few here, I guess, and there's a couple down here, but still, 10 farmers for BacT versus TaToH's 26. And you know that you're in trouble as his barracks get cleaned up. He's added another one back here, but there's already a couple of rams on the way over. And TaToH now is probably going to be finishing things off very soon. He's on the way up to the Imperial Age, whilst BacT doesn't even have 100 food in the bank. Rams deploying on the TC on the right side, supported by some eagles, supported by some crossbow. BacT does have the eagle warriors over here. 5 pierce armor is very nice, that's for sure. But, oh, look, it's a slinger. TaToH bringing the slingers in. Oh, man, these guys hit hard. 10 bonus damage. 7 base damage. That's amazing. Well, 10 bonus against infantry, that is. Slingers. Really, really nice unit choice by TaToH here. Of course, these units, they rarely get seen, but they're incredibly strong. A slinger, for those of you who don't know, who may not have seen this unit before, the slinger is the Castle Age version of a hand cannon, essentially. You could build it from the Castle Age. It's unique to the Incas. And it's basically a hand cannon with 5 extra HP. It has the same 10 bonus versus infantry. It fires faster. It has bigger range as well. I think it has bigger range in the end. It has 8 range when fully upgraded with +3 versus the 7 range of a hand cannon. So it's an incredibly powerful unit, and it's also costs less as well. So slingers are amazing. You rarely see them though, which is a shame. But yeah, in this game, those slingers would have ended BacT. And I think they did end BacT because he called GG. Now I want to see what the military stats were like. It's 82 units killed for BacT. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. BacT actually killed the most units that game. His siege, this is the thing, his siege were getting multiple kills before dying. So maybe that's a little bit deceptive. Because BacT only had like 6 units. There were, 1 mangonel and 5 scorpions. But they would all kill maybe 3 or 4 units each. So that's probably why the KD looks so different. But what the important thing here is that TaToH was denying a lot of resources from BacT, and it really shows in the economy achievements, where you can see, 2.5k extra food, 100% extra wood, 5k more. BacT hadn't even really gathered any stone, so TaToH a K more stone, 1.7k extra gold, and then that really started to add up. In the end, the villager count getting way higher for TaToH thanks to his persistent raiding, and at that point of no return, really, BacT could not handle the aggression from TaToH. So there you go. That was